Hey YouTube. Okay, shit. This is where I'm at with this build. This is a 330 frame. Um, this is a brand new Bugs 3 board. These are new aftermarket BAYANGTOYS x16 motors, and this is 3 BAYANGTOYS x16 ESCs. I guess it would be the newer ESC because it has these plugs on the I forgot what you call this part, the power circuit or whatever plug. This plug for the power circuit is the same kind of matching plug that you would see on the Bugs 3. That's what's telling me this is probably a newer ESC for BAYANGTOYS, because the older ESC for BAYANGTOYS has this kind of plug on it for the I don't know what you call it, power sender or watt sender, whatever the hell. Fuck, I hate this shit. Anyway, this plug comes on the older ESC, so I had to swap that out and change it over to the little plug that, like the Bugs 3. Now the problem is, I've been reading in the comment section on banggood.com and stuff like that when they review the ESCs. They're saying that the newer ESCs are reverse polarity compared to the older ESCs. So I don't know how to take that, because when I look at this older ESC, it did show that the red wire, the positive wire, was coming from this solder joint right here, which is right next to the positive solder joint for the ESC. And when I look at the other 3 ESCs, the newer versions, it's the exact opposite. If you can see, the black solder point is soldered right next to the positive wire on the ESC, even though it has the MJX size connector that goes into the board. So the dilemma is, which one do I reverse? Do I reverse the 3 newer ones, make it compatible with the older one? Or do I take the lazy way out and reverse the 1 older one, which is what I did, and I'm leaving the 3 newer ones as it is, because maybe it's right. If it's not right, hopefully the boards won't burn out, the circuits won't burn out, and I can just reverse these plugs because they do fit. This plug didn't fit, of course, so I had to splice it into that plug. Now, to give you an idea of how bad I solder, these are my soldering points for the motors. And what I'm going to do for the motors, instead of soldering the motors in place, I got these little tiny little plug type deals at the electronics store. So this will be the male end of the connectors for the motors, and then that'll go in like that, and hopefully they'll spin. And if they spin in the wrong direction, hopefully I can just reverse the polarity of the black one and the yellow one, and they'll spin. But the bottom line is, instead of soldering these joints here, I wanted some kind of quick detach, attach type deal. It's 8:20 at night, and I started this at about 6:15, and that shows you how slow and tedious this is for me. And I hate solder. My soldering gun sucks. I have to like take it out to a grinder and clean it like after every solder joint, and I got a lot of soldering to do. This is 1 ESC and I got 3 more to go. I don't know how you guys put this stuff together from scratch and then put it together in one night. I'm done with this thing, because if I mess with this thing until midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, it's probably still not going to work, and I'm going to be pissed. So maybe I will call it a day and do some more later. Plus, I need some more of these little I don't know if you can see these over there. These little male connectors for my motors, because I'm going to have them all going onto the motors. The ESCs will go here. Of course, these little plugs will go into the motors. This will be plugged into the board. And then my LEDs will be on the bottom. And this motherfucker better fucking work. I've never had a board work from scratch. Never. And I'm so superstitious. I was tempted to open up a BAYANGTOYS x16, the GPS, and literally just take the motor, the ESC, and cut it from the board and splice it right into this board. Chances are I'd have better luck doing that than trying to do this from scratch. It's not that I'm lazy. I'm just very, very incapable. Look at these nice balls of solder on this factory ESC. And then look at these raggedy, drunken, tattered, third world style solder that I did myself. It's terrible, man. It's a wonder anything I do ever works. Man, it's really an ugly job. And on top of that, I don't know where they go. That's why I'm making plugs. And on top of that, I'm going to put hot glue over this too. To make sure my connection is in fact a connection. And I'm probably done. I wanted to fly today, but then again, as long as this is on my mind, I won't be able to fly, because I'm the type of person, once I start something, I may not finish it right away, but I kind of sort of have a one-track mind. I can't rest until it is finished, or until I know it's going to work. So there it is. I got days to go on this because I'm going to go very slow. I don't even know if I'll do any more soldering on this tonight. Maybe I'll solder the male ends on the motors and have one. Yeah, maybe I'll connect one motor, one ESC. I'm not going to plug it in, but just get it going. All right, guys. Okay, it's 12:30 a.m. and I'm done for the day. I don't know if you can see this, but these are the little plugs that I was talking about. I got these at the electronics store. I don't know if it's a good idea or not. I just did not want to directly connect the motors to the ESCs. For one, I don't know in what order they go to, so I figured if individual plugs, if it's not right and nothing really burns out, I can just unplug them and, you know, change the polarity or whatever. So they're all plugged up, and one of the ESCs are mounted. Very ugly job. If you see that solder job, oh, that's hideous. You know, just I'm not good at this. You can see my soldering iron. Well, now it's sort of clean, because I have to run outside to the garage and put it on the Dremel and grind it down every 2 or 3 solder points. I have to go back outside and do that, so that's another reason it's been taking a while. Only one ESC is mounted. I gotta do the others, but I'm not doing them tonight. And like I said, I'm out of these little pins or whatever. You know, like I said, these enable me to plug the ESCs up. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm out of these. I need just 2 more for here and here. And then I'll splice the ESC in, solder it up, plug it in, and then I'll plug in the battery and 1 or 2 of the LEDs. I'm not going to put blades on it because I just want to plug in the battery, and hopefully I hear the ESCs make their little beep-beep sound, and hopefully these motors will spin. If it don't, well, that's how it always goes with me. I don't know if you see all of this hot glue on the edge of this, but that's basically, and this is clean. This right here is actually clean for me. If you want to see the dirty look, look at that one. That one's a mess, but hopefully it's on there. And then, like I said, I can change the polarity. Hopefully I don't have to change the polarity of this wire here. All right. Wish me luck. See you later. Bye.